All right, guys, I just wanted to show you kind of what's rolling through the shop today, this week. It's Tuesday. We did a bunch of little jobs yesterday. We did kind of what I do is like Mondays I set up to run everything on the plasma table. Tuesdays I'll do any bending and start welding. So that was kind of the objective today. So Monday we cut out a bunch of brackets and cages for a guy who's putting a heater in an old classic car. I can't remember for the life of me what kind of car it was, but it was from the 50s. So we're doing that. We did that. We built a bracket for a wide load semi sign. I think they move sheds, but I'm not totally sure. They might do heavy equipment. They might do both. We did that. I have hanging up on the brake over there is that's an aluminum. He calls it just an aluminum scooper. It was a customer who brought that idea to me, and basically he just uses it to clean the bottom of his lake. Just in certain areas throughout the year, he just kind of drags that thing on a big long pole and cleans it up. It catches, trash or just really anything. If he sees, he can just scoop it. It was a prototype that he had in mind and I built for him. I'm going to fix a few things on it, but I have an extra sheet of aluminum over here somewhere. I think it's outside. I'm going to take the measurements off of it, and we're going to actually bend that in the brake and weld that out too, and make a second one that maybe just looks a little bit better, and give that to him too, to tell him to try out. He's retired, and there's tons of lakes in Michigan, little lakes. So it's one of them things he's trying to figure out if he could have me make 10, 20 of them at a time and then resell it, just to kind of make a little money, and it's something for him and all his fishing buddies. And then the next big thing was we cut out all the C-channel with the Hercules corded bandsaw, which we're doing a giveaway on. So you have to be subscribed, and the details on how to enter is on a video coming out. For whatever reason, my computer is running ungodly slow, so I can't. It's just taking me forever to run through the steps of editing the video and doing all that, but it should be out in a couple of days. You will have to be subscribed, so subscribe. You can ring the notification bell, so when that video gets uploaded, it will be a clear description that's the video you want to watch to know how to enter into winning the corded bandsaw, the Hercules corded bandsaw. Again, but you do have to be subscribed. That's one of the two things you have to do. It is absolutely free. Anyways, and then the big project this week. I feel like I am missing something, but for the life of me, I can't remember. Oh, I'm just welding up a set of ramps. Once a week, I'm just buying an extra thing of material to build a set of ramps in. I'm just building stock. I'm trying to get 10 to 15 of them made up and just out in storage, so that I don't have to pull away from a big job to build a set of ramps and sell, because I've been out of them all summer. And then the big job we're doing a flatbed for, I believe it's a 2009 F250. And just to give you a little look on how I do them, it's 4-inch C-channel, and I cannot for the life of me remember the pound weightage I use. I can never remember it. They always have to look through and order it, but 4-inch C-channel. It's coming with a gooseneck hitch. This is actually probably the last time we make a gooseneck hitch like this. I think we're just going to move to the turnover B&W balls. I just think on our new beds that we're going to come out with next year, I just think it's going to be a better look. and a little less on the labor. It's a little less labor intensive for me, so I think the price is going to balance out. But this is 1/2-inch plate, and it's got 3-inch C-channel on the front and back, so it doesn't bend. And then on the bottom, it has another piece of 4-inch C-channel running through it. It's a bolt-on gooseneck ball, 2 5/16. And then these are probably warm. Yeah, I want to say they're 26,000. Yeah, 3/4, 28,000 pound D-rings that I weld on there. And it is welded with, it's preheated and welded with 7018. 2 passes here, a pass along here, another pass on the bottom, and then it's stitch welded the opposite direction. I do have a little bit of cleaning to do on this one, but that's just kind of what we do. And then the top rails are the same 3-inch C-channel. A lot of the big companies now, they've moved away from using the 3-inch C-channel, and they're using just formed 3-inch channel. So they're just bending 3-inch channel in the brake. And it's not as thick as this. It's not as heavy. I still use the 3-inch C-channel. We use it for a lot of our other, like our trailer ramps and a few of our other stuff. So I usually just buy like 10 sticks at a time and get it all cut up and put in stock. This one did sit out for a while. As you can see, it's got like some rust starting and whatnot. So I do have to wire wheel it. Usually I order it, and then that day I cut it all up so it stays out of the weather. And then you can see this line here and there. I just bend a piece that comes up and over and welds into these two, and then a piece that goes down on the flat side, so you can't actually see any of them welds. It's just a nice clean open. When you flip it open, you can just see the D-rings, the hitch, and then there is a 7-way plug that goes in there that you can reach up here and plug in. But when I build them, as far as the wiring aspect goes, the wiring is pretty easy. It's in the cabinet. I'm not going to dig it out. I get just like a 6-way plug, and you can wire that in to into your truck. So if you ever had to take the bed off, I make the beds bolt on. I don't weld the beds on. I actually use rectangular tubing, thick wall rectangular tubing that kind of goes across them, and I have different patterns for different trucks, but I just make them bolt on. Different trucks like Fords, most of them anyways, I think the frame rails are 36 inches wide, and then like Chevys, it's like 42 inches wide. So that way, the way I do it, and it's hard to explain without it in front of me, but the way I do it, it's really easy, because then I can just make all of my bed rails the same distance, and then it's just a different bolt mechanism that I do. But so anyways, so yeah, so I got to finish welding out the tail in the morning. It's just quitting time, and I just wanted to make a video, kind of show you guys what I've been doing. So tomorrow I'll finish welding the frame and probably get all of the skirting cut out and maybe weld it on. We'll see. If not, Thursday morning I'll come out, I'll weld the skirting on and do the headache rack. And then Friday, it's ready for paint. And then next weekend, it just, the wiring harness has to be built, because I don't have any built up. That's another thing I do, is I try to pre-make all my wiring harnesses, just like if I have slow time. But I haven't really had any slow time. So I'll make a wiring harness for it, and then we are installing it. So next week sometime, yeah, we'll have the install to do. But yeah, so anyways, that's just kind of, I've done a lot of videos when you see them all done, but I thought it would be good to kind of just do a video of kind of what it looks like throughout. A lot of guys won't touch hitches, and you should definitely have that in your liability coverage, because things could go bad. And another thing is, if you are going to go that route, if you haven't yet, like if this is a 30,000 pound hitch, it can't just be rated for 30,000 pounds. I think it has to be, if I remember right, 3X. So if you're going to build a 30,000 pound hitch, it has to be tested and it has to hold 90,000 pounds. So, or something along that line. So maybe it's double. I can't actually remember off the top of my head, but so that's one of the things, and that's another reason we're actually going to go to the B&W turnovers is then, like, it's not my design, it's just their design and my welds, so I can actually probably, I don't know if I'll drop it, but I'll probably end up dropping the hitch coverage and save myself a little money there. Save myself some labor because I can just buy the B&Ws and put them on the stock. Like, I think it's $650 for a 1/2-inch plate, and I think I can get 7 hitch plates out of it. But it's like $150 or $250 for the B&W turnover hitch, but it does. Then I have the welding rod, the D-rings, the C-channel, the ball. It adds up, and it's a lot of time. So we'll try it and see. But yeah, guys, I'm just trying to put some more content out for you. I hope you like it. What's the other thing? The other thing I was going to mention. I know everybody. Flatbed manufacturers everyone's different because there's the manufacturers and then they find distributors, and a lot of times it's the distributors doing the mounting. And when they do that, when the distributors do the mounting, some of them only put 6 contact points. We actually took an old one off that only had 2 contact points, and that was crazy. It had one it wasn't even in the front, it was like in the middle, and then one in the back either side, and it had a gooseneck hitch on it. And like, when you go through it, the hitch pulls there and then pulls on the whole flatbed, and it was only linked in like 4 corners, and it was only with like 1/2-inch bolts. When it has a gooseneck hitch, I mount 5 different points on the frame with 5/8 grade 8 bolts. And another big question is, do we drill holes or weld on the frame? We don't. On my personal ones, I do, because it's, I probably won't anymore, but I always have, because I actually used to do mounts different. But on this, no, we don't drill any holes in the frame. We just configure our mounts to use pre-existing holes, and then we go from there. So, because that's a whole other thing, is people kind of getting upset and weary about, putting holes in the frames that weren't there. You can just kind of see the straight edge riding right through. That's what you want to see when you're making flatbeds. It's just nice and level. So, all right, guys. Don't forget to like the video, share it to help get our word out about, what we're doing, our giveaway, and all that kind of stuff. And subscribe if you haven't already. I want to get my subscription count up. That helps move me in the algorithms. And like right now, it's 86% of us who are actively watching the channel aren't subscribed. So subscribe to the channel. It takes 2 seconds. Subscribe to the channel, and then you'll be eligible to win free stuff moving forward. So anyways, guys, until next time, cheers.